Jennifer Aniston has spoken out about Republican Vice President nominee J.D. Vance's previous "cat ladies" comments. In a resurfaced video from 2022, J.D. Vance appears on the now-cancelled Tucker Carlson Tonight Show during his run for state senate. In the clip, he says the Democratic Party is run by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. He also tries to call out prominent Democratic figures like Vice President and potential presidential nominee Kamala Harris, Secretary of Transport Pete Buttigieg, and New York House Representative Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez by saying, "The entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children. And how does it make any sense that we've turned our country over to people who don't really have a direct stake in it?" Aniston took to her social media to call out J.D. Vance's rude and ignorant comment. The actress said in a post on Instagram, where she calls into question that a potential vice president of the United States could say such things and highlights Vance's history with blocking IVF treatment. Vance has voted against the Right to IVF Act and also praised the Supreme Court's controversial choice to overturn Roe v. Wade in 2022. Aniston herself has spoken at length about her own difficult history of attempting IVF procedures. Read her statement below. "I truly cannot believe this is coming from a potential VP of the United States. All I can say is, Mr. Vance, I pray that your daughter is fortunate enough to bear children one day. I hope she will not need to turn to IVF as a second option. Because you are trying to take that away from her, too." Vance's controversial statement is certainly fitting for the running mate of former president and now presidential nominee Donald Trump. Trump has no shortage of controversial public statements to his name that would have seemed unbelievable for a potential president in years gone by. The controversial Access Hollywood tape that leaked in October 2016, where Trump and television host Billy Bush had a lewd conversation about women, which was recorded in 2005, was equivalent to pushing for sexual assault. Trump's history of allegations in this area is the subject of the upcoming film The Apprentice, which stars MCU actor Sebastian Stan as Donald Trump. Following the film's premiere at the Cannes Film Festival, Trump's lawyers have sent a cease and desist letter to block The Apprentice's release. Aniston calling out Vance's comments points to the many errors in his statement. For one, Harris is the stepmother to her husband's 2 children, while Pete Buttigieg and his husband, Chasten Glesman Buttigieg, adopted twins. However, there is certainly a strong argument that whether they have children or not, the fact is irrelevant when it comes to running the country or making their own voices heard. The Republican Party is still backing Vance, who most people might know best as the subject of the critically panned Netflix film Hillbilly Elegy, as the VP nomination. While Kamala Harris is expected to be announced as the Democratic Party nominee for president, the question now falls on who she will back as her VP nomination to go up against Vance in the vice presidential debates.